Peace, fam, love and light to you. Your divine God is here, and I'm here to talk today about self-love. So, during this Venus retrograde inside of Scorpio, we just had a Libra full moon, and there's a lot of energies going on. Right now, there's a lot of planets inside of Scorpio. And so, Scorpio, like we talked about before, it reminds you and it forces you to dive deep within yourself. So lately I've been feeling the energies, being it retrograde. So what is a retrograde? A retrograde is going backwards, right? Reflecting, revising, revisiting. So people from your past may have come back. You may be feeling a little nostalgic going in the past. I know I have been, really thinking about my past relationships and how they didn't serve me, but still thinking that maybe if the person comes back, I'll give them a second chance. And then I'm like, no. What am I thinking? No. Right? So, but that all goes back to self-love. And as many of you may know, I was in a toxic relationship. You know what? I can say I was in a toxic relationship, but I have to be honest with myself. All of my relationships were toxic. And I always, resonated with people who were like me. And the thing about it is this: we can blame other people for our toxicity. If we're in a toxic relationship, if you're in an abusive relationship, you can blame the other person. But guess what? You only ever meet yourself. Let me reiterate that. Let me recite that again. You always meet yourself. So when I think back, and I've had times I'm like, yeah, that was toxic, and of course the person may have been toxic and narcissistic and abusive or whatever, but I attracted that. Into my life. Because remember, we're always attracting, we're always manifesting, we're always bringing into our lives what it is that we are unconsciously aware of. It's so deep. That's why we have to be so careful with our unconscious beliefs. And so when I think back over my life and all the relationships I've had, and I'm talking about intimate relationships, it's just been a couple, maybe four. They were all toxic. The person that each one that I, was with, they were toxic. Except for my first one. I'm not going to say he was toxic. But the three after that were toxic. And, and then I'm like, well, and it's funny because the first one who wasn't toxic, I left him. And the three after that were toxic. So, and the first one, of course, he wants to come back now after all these years, after I'm single and, I restarted my life all over again. But I wouldn't take him back. I don't believe in going back to things. I believe in moving forward. But today I was really thinking about that, and especially my last relationship just kept running back and over in my head, and I just kept thinking about him, and I kept saying I got to shake him off. Like, why is he in my energy space today? Like, so heavy. It was like really, really heavy. And it's funny because he's a Scorpio. So, we got all these planets in Scorpio. And it's just crazy that this week is going to be very, very intense. And you may be revisiting things from your past, revisiting people from your past. People from your past may be coming back. You may be feeling nostalgic over people from your past. And, but it all goes back to self-love. So I'm going to tell you, during this time, you should reflect, and that's what I had to do. And I've been doing this for some time now. I've been, really, really had to dig deep inside myself and say, why do I attract the people that I attract? Why was I attracting these people? And now I know. First of all, I was lowering myself to, hiding my gifts, hiding my talents to please other people. And not really being my authentic self. So I'm so happy and thankful that we are living in this age right now where all these planets are in Scorpio. It is literally making us purge and helping us to dive deep into the things that no longer serve us and things that we may have been holding on to. Where are we being inauthentic? right? Where we've been being inauthentic, because you want to be authentic at the end of the day. You want to be your true self. And so that you could manifest your best life and not have to say, oh, why am I attracting this? Or why do I always attract these types of guys? Or this, that, and the other. You attract who you are, period, point blank. So you're not going to attract somebody that's not like you. Something inside of you is attracting that. You may think you are, all high and mighty on a high level. Maybe you are outwardly, maybe you are consciously, but unconsciously, subconsciously, you are attracting people who are attracting to your biggest fears. Your fear, maybe your fear of being abandoned, maybe your fear of loss, your fear of someone cheating on you, your fear of being abused, your fear of these things, of losing people out of your life. So maybe you attach yourself too much, or things like that. I know that was my problem. I attach. And so you have to, really dig deep and see where it is that you need to be healed and love yourself. I talked about this in my previous video, how I married myself, and this has literally been a ceremony for me, purging and cleansing, loving myself, marrying myself, and understanding myself to the deepest core of myself. Because ultimately, for me to find my true love, my soulmate, my twin flame, or whoever he's going to be, I need to be whole within myself. And that's what happens when two whole individuals come together. That is beautiful. That is magic. That is a wonderful relationship. But first, you have to learn to have a relationship with who? Yourself. Have that perfect, beautiful, harmonious, loving relationship with yourself. Love yourself more than anybody else. More than anybody else. Don't compromise yourself. Don't give your energy away to people who don't deserve it. Don't diminish yourself. Don't dim your light for people, so just to make other people feel comfortable. And that's what I've done. That's what I used to do in my relationships. I used to dim my light, always trying to make sure other people are comfortable. And now it's my turn. It's your turn to love yourself. And if someone doesn't love you for who you are, then they don't deserve to be in your life, right? And sometimes people come back, and then now it's up to you to determine, do I want this person back? Do I? Instead of you chasing that person, let them chase you and see if this is what you really, truly want. Like today when I was thinking about, my ex, and I'm just like, why am I thinking about him so hard? Why am I thinking about him so much? And then I had to literally come to terms with the fact that I don't want him back. He didn't do anything treacherous to me, but we just did not gel. There were things that I wanted in a relationship that he was not willing to give, but it seemed like he was not willing to give. And, when you have that type of relationship where it's mostly one-sided, you don't want that. You don't want to do that. You love yourself. Love yourself more than anybody. So you don't have to give more than the other person. It should be equal give and take. Equal. So, and I know now that that's what I want. I've written down my perfect person, my perfect partner, and I am aligning my vibrations and my energy to that person that I'm attracting right now. Because before, I was aligned, totally unaligned. I was aligned with all the wrong things. I was, wanting somebody, needing somebody, So when you come from a place of need instead of a place of choosing, like, okay, now I'm whole, I can choose to be with someone that's also whole. But when you come from a place of need, necessity, or I want this person so bad, that's a red flag right there, right there. So my friends, my lovely, lovely gods and goddesses, please just love yourself wholly, fully. Love yourself like the divine loves you. Love yourself as pure love and light that you are, because you deserve every great thing that is here in this 3D realm that's already given to you. You just have to go out there and get it. But everything that you want is already waiting for you. So, that's what I love. I love the fact that we live in a universe where everything that we want is already available to us. We just have to get it. And it comes first by knowing who we are, what it is that we desire, loving ourselves, and going out there and attracting all the goodness, all the beauty, all the love, all the wonderful things that we deserve. All right, my friends, I hope that this was a great video for you. I hope you enjoyed it. Please, if you did like it, please subscribe to my video, subscribe to my channel, like this video, share this video. Until the next video, I wish you love and light. Namaste.